Welcome back to BVHFF film session. Happy J4 weekend. Today we've got 2017 J4 BV versus Demons. This is the Demons 3-peat game. It was an epic game. Next Gen BV gets their first crack at playing against an iconic Demons team. So you don't want to miss it. Again, thanks for tuning in, and as always, feedback is welcomed. So here's what we know coming in. The year before, we lost 7-0 in the 2016 J4 Finals to Demons. It was on a late touchdown. And this year was Lee's first full year as QB, so we knew things would be very different. I was still in the transition of revamping the playbook to mold around Lee's abilities as opposed to Mike's. I was still struggling to fit Matt into a consistent role within the offense. And it's funny because you would assume with Matt's talent, you could just throw him in and let him, go to work, but yeah, with us, there's a method to the madness, and for a long time I struggled to get the best out of Matt from a schematic standpoint. Thal was a new addition to our line, and he really brought a new element to us with his athleticism. We were able to incorporate some new things with him, being able to move, pull, play fullback or tight end. And Tommy officially replaced Fu as our slot receiver, which is arguably the most vital and toughest position to learn conceptually within our offense. On the other side of the ball, the young leaders talked Wild Rice into coming out of retirement to help them out, help them make a J4 run. We were trying to develop a middle linebacker and play caller. So I converted Win from corner to middle linebacker, and Win was probably about 21 at the time or so. But at that age, he was already one of the guys that's been around the longest. Now, Win does dumb shit. He's got a temper. He makes boneheaded plays. I'm the first to call him out on it. I'm the first to take action on it. I have zero tolerance for when he makes selfish plays, but at the same time, he's a great teammate. He's the first to stick up for you. He's the first to pick you up when you're down. He's direct, but he always wants the best for his guys. So yeah, it makes sense for me to put him in that position. And then now Lee moved to QB, and Reed was retired, so safety was a questionable position for us. I had officially moved Gio to defense full time. The other corner was up for grabs. Chinu and Jordan were both converted into defensive ends, but they weren't quite polished enough yet. And then, defense had many holes, and I was just putting band-aids everywhere until we could eventually develop those guys. That J4 did not start off well for us. A lot of players were late and got benched. We ended up losing to Aftermath 21-20 first game. But I was still confident that, we could contend with that roster because I knew our offense was good enough to put up points. It was a matter of if our defense could make a late stop, whether to preserve the lead or to get us the ball back to March. And leading up to the finals, we dueled with Rhode Island in a close game, 14-6. I think that was their first year up here, and that was a pretty brutal game physically. Then we had a late come from behind game against Villagers in the semis. So I think we felt battle tested at that point going into the finals. We were well aware that they were seeking a three-peat, but we were young and naive enough to believe that we could pull off the upset. As for Demons, they were coming off back-to-back J4 titles, and much like BV of years prior, they had a perfect blend of OGs, veterans, and young talent. that's the ideal makeup of a roster, in my opinion. Offensively, it starts and ends with Jer Lau. The guy does it all, any position, any sport, pretty much. He's always been a cut above the rest his entire life. And I've known him for a while now. I think I'm only a year older than Jer, actually. And yeah, we were actually teammates for a quick second way back then. And yeah, we've known each other since, Harding and Como battles. And yeah, I've seen him go from then to, New Breed, Predator, Plaza Boys, Demons. So yeah, he's always been the man everywhere he's gone. So you mix his talent with that elite offensive line, that wide receiver trio in Newtong, Meng, Sen. Yeah, one of the better running backs we've seen in recent history in Tony, and then super underrated tight end in Tony Chang as well. He's a varsity guy. He's got high IQ. I think he played quarterback for his high school teams, and he is a heavy set person, but he's pretty athletic for his size. And yeah, I thought he was super underrated, and yeah, just absolutely stacked with talent on the offensive side. Defensively, they were built almost identical. They have high motor front, anchored by the enforcer, which is Shogun. And in my opinion, every team needs someone like Shogun, that enforcer. You need him. Their linebacking group is one of the better groups I think assembled, that I can remember. They essentially have two downhill players that can scrape, shoot, fill. Marshall and Chicken. They play either side, inside or out. They're great blitzers, especially when they're shooting gaps. David and Pa, they're kind of interchangeable, but they're both they excel in coverage. And if you're not accurate or you're late, they always make a play on the ball. For DBs, you've got Johnny, and with his length and his technique, it makes it difficult to throw over him. Sean's a ball hawk. He's quiet, but he'll make a big play if you give him the opportunity. They have a young corner who's he's raw, but he's very naive and confident, and that makes him a wild card. You never know if he's going to be on or off, but with the surrounding cast, it makes him very comfortable to do whatever he wants, and he fits in quite well. If Newtong's playing corner, you get a complete shutdown corner. He's well aware of route concepts, what teams attack in certain situations out of certain formations. And that's man or zone. He's one of the best, no matter who is lined up across from him. The back end of their defense is it's a true unit, and they're all high-profile guys. They define what a complete unit is. They rarely give up big plays. They rarely make mistakes, and you have to be almost perfect to take advantage of those guys, and that's what made them so elite, during their reign. They don't make mistakes. So let's get into it. First play. Yeah, a motion into a trips bunch here. Looks like smash. We miss a flag. Great cutback. So elusive. So let's bring that back. So it looks like smash. I think it's just going to be a corner route with the speed. I think he would have had a chance at that corner route, but I think Tommy actually gets a good rip here and forces a little pressure here. Yep. Misses a flag. PD over pursues on that pre-snap motion. So PD should be here at this point. And now it's over pursuing. And yeah, just good cutback. Big gain. Great way to start the drive for them. Now we've come out in empty. I think we're in zone. Just trying to fill them out. We jump. I think it's a free play. Bruh. Richard just gets juked bad, but I think it's just a great play. Guard is leading, And so yeah, just a lot of grass here. I think middle linebacker gets caught in the washer, just as designed by them. Richard just gets juked. Big gain. So yeah, great way to start for them. They're rolling 2 plays and they're already approaching the red zone. Same formation here. And same call, guard pulls again. This time Tommy does a great job of standing up the nose and flowing to the hole they want to run. And so I think Jerry just cuts it back. No choice, we clean it up. But that play was made by Tommy. And so now we've got, it's a quads look. So this is something concepts we're familiar with, stuff we've been running for years as well. So there's really no right way to defend this. And I don't know if that was designed for the flat and out together, same window, but I think that's just Jer bailing, and you see Newton's eyes comes back to see, yeah, so Jer's directing him. Yeah, that's just good chemistry on those two. Great catch, way to stay in bounds. Yeah, it was easy play. It's looking like trips left. We're empty here. I think probably gonna get a motion action. Probably back into a similar concept. Yep. It takes a check down. I think if Jer had maybe another second, he might have had that seam window here over the top. But can never go wrong with taking your check down. You won't go broke as long as you take what they give you. So it looks like they just flipped the play here. We do a much better job of defending this, and we went over this pre-game about because like I said, there's no correct defense to play for this. You have to design a specific defense, custom zones and different keys. So we discussed that, and here we did a lot better job. You'll see us flash through the seam window at this point. We give this up, but just fortunate that we were able to collapse the pocket, get a sack here. And so now I believe it might be 4th down now and short. Let's see the coverage. Yeah. And then young Gio, who I think is only 17 or he might be 18 at this time, just gets taught a lesson by Goat here. And okay, so this is that play with that had a lot of drama afterwards. I mean, we didn't know it was an issue until I think when we were lining up to shake hands, and then it was brought up. But we'll walk through this. Yeah, it looks horrible here. But so the play was, you got a guy underneath and you got an over, and Jer puts this up there. Gio's trailing. Win, who's playing Mike here, gets there late. He's gonna go up as Newton's already on the way down, and Gio's coming full speed from behind. And Win says he got caught in the air, so he just protected himself. But then Gio ends up coming underneath and kind of taking Newton's legs. Then Win ends up with the collision up top, and yeah, it just looks real bad. And it was unfortunate, but I think Newton got hurt. It was crazy. That ball was up there forever. And yeah, you see Gio airborne. Win's about to launch airborne. Yeah, it was just unfortunate. I mean, there's no intent there, but it is what it is. Yeah, That was an ugly play all around, and that was one of those plays where, you know, Lee knows better. When Lee's first year here, Lee has put his receivers in some tough spots, and you know, we've told Lee, like, hey, if your receivers are put in that situation and they don't go after it, you know, I'm not gonna blame the receiver. You gotta keep them out of harm's way as well, as much, you know. The game is pretty violent, although it's flagged, especially in the middle of the field. And you know, Lee knows. When Lee throws a ball like that, Lee comes back, he apologizes. He tells his receivers that, you know, hey, I didn't mean to throw that hospital ball, because usually someone gets hurt in those situations. All right, this first play here. So Thao here at Thao's gonna line up as a wing here, and Thao idolizes Shogun Koa. That's Thao's guy. Thao will ride or die for him, and you know, he's brought Thao up. You know, when Thao was with Demons, and Thao has so much respect for him. So I told Thao, you know what, first play, we're gonna trap him. You get a shot just to lay a big hit, and you know, snap out of it and say, hey, you know what, it's game's for real. It's you know, it's a war out here. Like, you can't be friends, you know, while we're playing this game. So put Thao there, but we changed the snap, and I think we jump, and Thao gets put on his butt. And after this drive, Thao actually comes back to me. He's like, hey, remember that play? So he saw me coming, and yeah, he lit me up, and that was that play. And so we're in a hole to start off the drive, 1st and 15. And this is, like I said, Lee's first J4 action finals. And here he is, just a little nervous. He doesn't even go through a read here. And I actually talked to Lee pregame, well, before this drive. I put my hand on his chest. I was like, man, your heart's beating fast. And you know, he was like, yeah, I can't feel my feet. Feels like I'm floating, man. And we had a little moment, and I was like, that was a free play here. And I was like, I told him, I was like, yeah, so you know, I don't eat game days because I get nervous every game before the game, and I feel like I'm gonna throw up if I eat. And that's why I'm always smoking before each half starts. You know, you put so much into it that, you know, yeah, you just want to see things come to fruition. And I told Lee that, said that, you know, it's completely normal. I told him, I was like, you know what, you know, we all feel that way, and you're completely fine. Doesn't matter if it's J4 finals or some nobody team on a first day. Like, I feel I'm always, you know, I get that same butterfly feeling. So trying to calm him down. He probably didn't get calm until maybe closer to halftime, but so we get that 5 yards back on a I believe it was the offside encroachment maybe. So here we're looking at 2nd down, and we throw a little screen. We just never set up our blocks. That's also, you know, credit to Chicken. He's so hard to block him because it's just so elusive. You can't even get your hands on him. Let's see what happens here. Sorry. So here we got a rolling pocket, and we kind of run a similar concept that they ran with that smash here. But they do a good job taking it away, so we come backside here. And yeah, Lee just undershoots it. Here, this ball. So the safety's already committed here. So we know we have backside, but this ball here, Lee should be putting over the top. And he knows better. This ball should be coming to about this area of the field. You know, and so we never get a clean shot at that ball there. So now we're in a 3rd and long, I believe, here. Protection solid, and this was a huge play for Lee's confidence here. We'll start with the protection here. So they show a blitz, but they drop. So we got 1-on-1. We got a double here. We're gonna have essentially a double here. So protection's looking good. I think Lee's gonna show up a little pump right there, just to hold the safety a little longer, and then he's gonna hitch. He actually takes 2 hitch steps, which is bad. I think if it's 1 hitch, he should get rid of the ball, And that way maybe he can even lead the receiver a little more. But regardless, he gets it off. And see, corner's eyes are in the backfield. Receiver's got him beat slightly. And just great ball placement over the shoulder and stride. I would like it a little better if it were out in front of him a little more, maybe opposite shoulder even. But regardless, this is a spot on ball. And Tony does a great job of getting 2 feet in bounds. So yeah, that was a big play for Lee's confidence there. Oh no, first, I don't know if it's first and goal or not. Big blitz, and we're lucky we actually got this ball off. Just to get a little closer. So I don't know if that was enough for a first. Might be second and short here. Lee making some adjustments, knowing the blitz is coming. This route just took too long to develop. So there's Lee making some more changes. And we're gonna run option here. And we never set the edge here. We never get clean edge block here. And Lee actually ends up having to block, which I never want. So here we are. I think it's second and goal now. I think there was a penalty. A lot of contact, but I don't think they'll ever call that. Oh yeah, hooked him. But that's textbook. I think Johnny played a lot, some semi-pro. That's textbook. They teach that at the high school level. You hook them and you go. That's textbook. Hook them here and you play play with the correct hand as well. And they didn't call it, but yeah, I can't argue it, man. It looks good. I mean, that's just textbook. They teach that in the tackle football, 11 man. So here we are. This is going to be third and goal. A little motion action. And Lee's actually late to this read, but yeah, we get lucky. You got lucky that the backer lost his footing. So we knew it was going to be man in this situation, most likely. And he's late. A little late to the motion, and that's why you motion. So as soon as Lee sees this ball should be coming out. Otherwise, it would have been a close play by the defender there. So that's 6-6. And that's a crucial conversion here that we did not execute. And so the read here should have been the shallow read, which would have been you're here at the goal line. But we opted back end zone, and yeah, Tony never really had a clean shot at it. So 6-6. So at this point, it's looking like it's gonna be maybe a shootout, but I think we were just kind of fortunate to have that long ball to put us in that situation. So coming back with that same action they led the game off with, and the routes are different this time. So they try to set us up this time. So earlier they ran a smash concept, and now I think he's just gonna clear out, and then they're gonna actually set up for this route here. I think he's gonna run a double move, like an out and up. But Chi does a good job of battling back into position here, flipping his hips. Yeah, great job by Chi. Watch his hips here, flip his hips, man turn. Yeah, really really textbook there. And Chi's a varsity kid too, he's got a good head on his shoulders. Oh yeah, all day here. All day. PD nearly gets it. Small tight window. Ooh, just enough to get. He might have got a piece of it, but even before the coverage, you're gonna have to look at the protection here, and look, it's beautiful. One-on-one here. You're gonna have one-on-one outside, and you can tandem the nose, and that's a beautiful pocket all day. So yeah, a little confusion here. Jared's getting guys into position here. All right. I don't know here, but there was a lot of confusion pre-snap already as it was. So we got a max protect. Oh, it's a punt here. There we go. Yeah, we don't even put a returner back there. We're just opting to get the ball back. So here we are. Now we get a chance to make a drive as well. We missed such a big opportunity here. But, you know, first off, Lee does a great job of maneuvering the pocket, you know. So you got Alex riding out Dennis here. You've got one-on-one here. You got a extra blocker, but he's essentially got no one because everyone's doing a great job. Lee's going to hitch step. He's actually going to sidestep out, I think out to get away from Wild Rice here. And then he's going to hitch step forward. I think he's going to go to like 2 or 3 reads before coming all the way back to Simon down the sideline. Find Simon late, and so I think he hurried it and just put too much on it. Yeah, big opportunity. Yeah, that one, you know, hurts a little bit. Now I think we're nearing end of half. Yeah, and so Lee just takes off, and this is, you know, something that we didn't have with Mike. I mean, we did. Mike ran when opportunities were there, but Lee's just so deadly. So Alex does a good job of riding out. We got a double here. We got one-on-one here. Everyone's in a pass rush, and I don't know if this is a spy or just a zone here, but he gets a look at Lee, and Lee just gets by him. And so now we're cooking a little bit. And so we check it down. There's pressure, and so what should have happened was his eyes need to. He should be looking here and realize that there's a fire call. There's a blitz. He's got to replace where the blitz comes from. So he should be looking already at this point. And if you see here, there's no visual, and so Lee's just got to dump it. But Tommy should have alerted that right away. So we've got another spread look. False start there. I think that's 2 now. And so now we're making protection calls here. I think Marshall's showing a blitz here. So Yer does a good job of kicking out. Lee's got to leave Matt a little more. Got to give him a chance to run it down. But protection is solid. Lee does well. Hitch step, pump, come back to it. But the footwork's still a little sloppy, and I think that's what's going to cost you that extra 5 yards on the ball or so. Is when your foot's sloppy. And eyes were late, his feet were late, and then, you know, that ball was late. So here we are. I think we're in pass pro again. So Marshall's coming through. Lee's eyes are this way. And that's all Lee here. And then I think he just kind of panics and throws it up. I think it was last play of the half, actually. But, yeah, great job with Yer here. Riding out. We're going to see Lee step up into the pocket and make a guy miss. And that's TP who nearly got it. And TP was a kid that came up with us too, and had to kind of let him go and find himself, get his life situated, and he caught on with demons, and that was really good for him. I think his brother was there, and it gave him some a lot of guidance, so it was good for him to catch on with them. So second half, it's 6-6 still. We open up. I change it up a little bit. We come out with an I form. Just to change up the tempo. And so here, look at this lane here, and God, great job of setting the edge. Johnny for a turn block, beautifully executed here. But we teach our running backs to follow our lead blocker's butt. And so at this point, Thou should have turned upfield to kick out this corner. And then Eddie can go one-on-one, either grass or cut back against the safety. But Thou is targeting his block now, meaning instead of blocking space, now he's saying, oh, I'm going to chase him down. And obviously, Thou can't get to the edge. Corner funnels back inside. But yeah, Thou should have been cutting here, and Eddie would have cut right behind him. But yeah, you know, could have messed up, could have gained a few more yards. So here we are in it looks like a max protection. I think it might have been design run, because I see a guard going second level. It was just sloppy all around. And that was part of me, you know, like I said, installing new things for lead that, you know, we didn't do with Mike. So here's a third and short, maybe like 5 or so. And Matt ends up dropping it, and it was a crucial play. Again, as I talked about earlier, you got a fire call here. So I think we blitz here. It's still cover 3. It's just vacated middle zone. But Tommy's got to realize that this zone is blitzing, so he's got to replace that guy. So again, Tommy's eyes should be right away and present himself, me, some kind of call, to let us know that, hey, we're open, because they're squeezing already. So at this point, Tommy's eyes should be here, and he should already be settling down. But Tommy never looks until late. Lee gets rid of it. Matt's open. Matt probably lost his, you know, surroundings. Lost awareness of his surroundings, because he probably thought he was closer to the sideline than he really was. Because I don't think it was necessary for him to go there, but it is what it is, and that's a quick 3 and out. You know, I mean, fullback doesn't cut up field. You drop a ball and you let him off the hook. You just punt it back to them, give him a free ball. And yeah, we're pretty fortunate here. I don't know, maybe the ball just got lost in the sun, but we were fortunate they dropped it. Turned out to be really good flip of field position here, you know, because we're at our own 10, 20. Now we put them back inside their own 10. So here's another play that we've been seeing, and check it down, and I think Na might have got called here for a penalty. But yeah, Na's aggressive, man. He's always gonna make a play on the ball, and this time he ended up going through the player. Yeah, justified, you know. I would call that too all day. So they come with the flea flicker, and old man Mang here just a little too far. Old man Mang, who's now with Black Venom too, one of our veterans now. And so here they are with their vertical concept again. And let's see, protection is solid. You got the vet doing his thing. You got a double here, looking away, getting thrown away from Wild Rice. And here I don't know what happened. I don't know why PD's on this side of the field, but Win should be squeezing here, and then PD should be over here squeezing Nutong. But we got a placement, and yeah, that vertical seam's wide open. Easy play, beautifully executed. So we got an empty here. We're strong right. Yeah, just a beautiful check down. You send floods everywhere and sneak the tight end across the formation. Oh yeah, too easy. So everyone's clearing, and you're gonna sneak him underneath. Perfect time to call that play. Alright, and now we've got... Oh, I remember this play. So I was arguing with this rep. It's the younger guy with the long hair. He didn't want to listen to me at all. Pre-snap, I was already telling him, hey, illegal formation, because we knew they were going to motion over, but this tight end should be on the other side of the field. So now they have 1, 2, 3, 4 receivers over here, and now they're going to motion over their the flat guy, flat route. And so yeah, that's 0 legible receivers over there. I was in his ear about it. And this, I think right here, it might have been 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. But they end up running it. I think they convert. It gives them a first down. But we didn't get the call here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this, would have put them in, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 6, 4th and 7, 4th and 6, somewhere there. Instead, they get a first down. I think they're going to come back to a smash again. Chips bunch is usually a smash. So we got inside technique there. Let's see here. It's tough here in a bunch. I don't know if you would still take inside, but it looks like we're in man here now. Yep. Oh yeah, we are, man, and now it just gets caught peeking in the backfield, and rewind that back, and that's just, yeah, it's too easy. Beautiful throw, beautiful touch, and usually Jerry just zips everything in there, but yeah, this was beautiful touch, man. Beautiful ball. And so that's 12-6 right now. And then here we screw this up too. This is just as easy as it gets right here on this conversion. 13-6 here on a little flat. Should be out. It's because we blitz here, and the safety is supposed to be manned up, replacing this blitz. So yeah, just based off alignment, you have no chance at that. You'll never get there in time. So yeah, so just a dumb, bad play by us. So here we go, 13-6. I think we're about midway through the second half now. And yeah, we give it right back. I think Lee just got pressured and kind of panicked. I don't know if he thought there was a free play or not. Let's see. Nope. TP does a good job of, just standing up the center. One-on-one here, but I think the pressure is going to come backside. Yeah, they shed the block here. And so Lee makes him miss. Evades him. But at this point, first guy he sees, he's just going to force it in there. I think that's just being, a little inexperienced. But if he had just seen that the safety committed here, he should have known that he had over the safety here. But again, I can't fault Lee. There's a lot of pressure in his face. He's never been in this situation before, so he forces it up, and corner just does a good job of being disciplined, staying in his zone, and making this easy read coming back across the field. So we give it right back, and yeah, that's what it is. I don't know what this is here. Probably me bitching about that last missed call. So here we are, again in that trips bunch. And it looks like a busted option. And we just kind of flow, and Tommy does a good job of flowing and cleaning this up. Take away the pitch man. So we're second down now. Let's see. So we're in zone, we don't follow the motion. PD makes a great jump. Hell of a play by PD here to read this concept here. I don't know where the Mike is. Mike is blitzing. I don't know what happened here, but PD makes a good does a good job of defending two guys, peeling off the last second, making a play on the ball just enough to I don't know if he tips it or just to get in the view of that receiver to, you know, make him drop the ball. But great play by Petey. Kind of balances out of a tough situation. They had the leverage there, or they had the numbers, I should say. And so this is now 3rd down. Yeah, we just call a blitz and we can get home. Nah, arrives late. I don't know where the mic went. Yeah, just a check down. You give up the flat anyway, and you know, good on them to recognize that and, you know, take advantage of it. I don't know if that was enough to pick up a first. I don't see the chains. So another bunch look. And oh yeah, it's smashed again. And then Chang picks it off. And this is 16-year-old Chang. Maybe a sophomore in high school. I don't think he was a junior. Might have been a junior. But Chang replaces Win. Win got hurt. So Chang comes in as the backup. And so I think here it's the speed and you've got the corner here, but I think he probably realized that the corner dropped in a 3 shell, and so he settled down in zone, which is what you're supposed to do. And then I think Jer opts to check down, but kind of threw it across cross field, and Chang just comes across to make a play here. Yeah, so I mean, good play by Chang, but in the end, I think Jer Lau would agree that was more of a bad play by him. And so we get it back, chance to march. Old man Eddie makes the play here, just settling down. Lee, you know, trying to get comfortable in the pocket as much as he can. I don't know if that was enough to pick up the first. Maybe we're 2nd and short here. Check down. You know, like I said, you can't go broke if you take what they give you, even if it's just a couple yards at a time. So they're showing blitz. They come through. So we block inside out. Probably made a call here to block inside out, let the free man through, and that's on Lee to account for that. And he does. I mean, I don't know if Lee really makes him miss. Maybe he just missed on his own, but he loses containment. We block inside out here. And now it's just green grass, all this grass here. So it's a good momentum shift for us now, coming off the pick. And here, Matt's late. I don't know, maybe he got confused. Matt's late to his alignment. And kind of throw it out there, give a shot, take a shot there, but I don't think anybody was open on that play. So here we are calling out the blitz, potential blitz. Marshall comes through, good check down, and that's what it is. You replace where the blitz is coming from, and now Lee and Ger are on the same page here. Hit them where they vacate. They vacate the area of the field. You gotta, you know, fire there. And so we are now in a spread look. I don't like this spacing here. I think Tommy's kind of pinning himself to the sideline there. That makes it easy on the DB. I don't know why here. We take a sack, arm in motion. I don't know why the film is a little choppy here, but we're late to the block. Lee makes a couple guys miss. I believe they call arm in motion. Disregard that score on the bottom. I think that's the next play. So we're in a spread look. I believe it's 3rd down. Motion action. We're reading zone. Yeah, Lee just does a good job of going through his read. And pre-snap, he looked off the safety, and you can actually see Shang start to lean that way, and he almost comes back. Now he's gathering himself. Lee's eyes now move on to the next read, and safety nearly gets there, almost makes this play. So close, just right over him. Right over him. So this is 13-12. I think we're under 2 minutes, or at that 2-minute mark right now. So yeah, this is the conversion. This is 13-12. We opted to go for 2 here. I felt like we needed the length of the field to be more effective, and in an overtime situation when the field is shortened, we were gonna struggle a little bit there. I think guys supported me when I made this call. They had no issue with it, you know. And I don't think I made a play call here. I had a couple of suggestions. Mike was on the sideline helping me out, but we opted to let Lee make the play call because I think this entire drive here, that was all Lee. I didn't have any say. I trusted his decision making here. So 13-12, and this is going for the win on a 2-point conversion. And yeah, Lee just puts it low. I think it's a slant flat combination. So as soon as the outside backer clears, you're gonna throw behind him. But you can see Tony pointing up after, saying, you know, give me a chance, throw it up, because Lee threw it flat and the corner was trailing underneath here. So the slant and trailing, and he ended up just jumping the route there. Yeah. So Tony was saying, you can see Tony say afterwards, hey, throw it up, put it up. Yeah, you can see it right there, saying throw it over him. Yeah, because Lee ended up throwing that route to at the goal line, at the front of the end zone, and Tony was saying back end zone, I'll go get it. And so 13-12, and essentially, you know, they just need to pick up a first down and the game's over here. So let's see the call here. Dead ball. Yeah, just a good little check down, good awareness pre-snap to make this decision. So we're in a cover 0 blitz here. We're in man, and you know Richard should align. His alignment should be closer because he's in man coverage here. So this is just too easy. You let him catch, and then now he's gonna pick up an extra 4 or 5 yards after the catch. So too easy for them. I think they're in a 2nd and short here. We burned timeout, I believe, and we're already confused here. We got guys pre-snap not knowing where to go, and they sneak the tight end drag again. Play they ran earlier, and I think that's enough to convert. So barring something kind of crazy, I think the game's, you know, all but over at this point. I think we're down on one timeout maybe, but not enough to stop the clock. So let's see here. Jersey's just gonna keep the ball, pick up a couple yards. We burn the timeout, and essentially here we're just in cover 0. I mean, dead ball, and yeah, cover 0. Everyone in the box, daring them to throw, and hopefully ball gets tipped or something. But another dead ball. Cover 0, and yeah, just a good play call to end the game. Just throw it in the middle, knowing there's no safety there, and that's it. That's the game. But you know, it did come down to the last few minutes here, and can't complain to lose into you know a team of this caliber, legendary team. So yeah, that's how it went down. We took our 2nd J4 loss in a row, this time with Lee at quarterback. We learned a lot about ourselves this game. We knew we had a lot to work on, but we knew we were for real. as well going forward. After J4, we went into Wasso, a little short-handed, but we knew we had to redeem ourselves. We ended up beating Villagers in the finals. I think that was the last play of the game too. Then we went on to win Labor Day as well. So yeah, we took this J4 loss as a stepping stone. It was a reality check for us, and yeah, we knew we needed to work harder to be better, and we did. So of course I took a lot of backlash for that play with the collision. People who I thought knew me better, that knew my character, that knew my integrity for the game, yeah, they really questioned how I teach football or what I teach my boys. I even had, people who I've never interacted with, throw dirt on my name. So yeah, it's like the hours and the years you put in to building what you have kind of gets thrown out the window. I mean, it wasn't a good feeling. That's all I'll say about that. But yeah, I understood the nature of the situation. Like, you protect your own. You call it as you see it. I do the same if I were them. One of my players involved had a reputation that speaks for itself. Everyone's aware of it. And when he's wrong, I'm the first to let him know. And the first to take action on. So, I don't stand for that either. And yeah, with that situation, between the dialogue I had with Win and Gio, because they both were involved in the play, I believe they were genuine, without a doubt. Regardless of how others call it or judge me or my players, yeah, I can sleep at night with what I believe. So now with Demons, they became the first team and only men's team to pull up the three-peat, that catapults their name into legendary status. I practically got to see, most of those guys go from boys to men. Now I got to see them achieve all their goals they set out to accomplish, within the sport, and then some. Of course, I wanted my guys to win, but when you lose to someone just as worthy, if not more, you just have to learn from it and you move on to the next. And they put in their work, and when the time came, when the stars aligned, yeah, magic happened for them. And Demons, they eventually came back the year after to defend their title, but regardless of the outcome, their legacy was already spoken for. One of the greatest of all time. And that's a credit to Doc and Coach and all the Demons that came before these guys. They paved the way for them, and these guys took it the distance, back to back J4 championships. And with that said, enjoy your J4 weekend. Be safe. See you guys next time. Hopefully BB wins, because I'm sick of watching us lose.